It was the interesting thing before we got in the studio. So you have maybe the fans getting us to the idea of getting out there and doing it again, to Raul having some songs and playing them for Scott, to the record. But still, we don't know exactly what's going to happen when we get in there, because it's been 7 or 8 years since we've played a note together. And before playing live or anything, we went straight into the studio. And Raul called a couple weeks beforehand because he had a few songs, not a whole lot. I think a lot of it was written during the making of the record. And no, it's planned out years in advance.
Mapped out.
Mapped out. Yeah, knew exactly what we were doing. And said, hey, do you mind if I don't send you work tapes? I'd like to have, just an organic experience of, here are these songs. We may do them 2 or 3 different ways. We have, the first day we're tracking just a couple of days, and then mixing, we're going to do a couple things. First time we're going for 2 to 5 songs. If we only get 2, it's fine. Well, we end up getting 9. So the magic that happened was, for me personally, and that's just from our perspective, don't want to call it magic or anything, that's for listeners to decide, but what happened there from my perspective was it started to build on itself. From really the first note, we kind of got there, and we were like, okay, we could still play together, and it just kept building, and the creativity, and then it just became fun, and that's how we ended up with, I think, as many songs as we did, and then coming out. A lot of them are first takes, a lot of them are track vocals, and it just fell into place.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, when you say asked about no real pre-production, there was so little pre-production in that, like you said, we didn't know any of the songs. We hadn't even heard them. And I drove up from Florida for the first session, and I'm driving for hours, and Robert calls me. He says, "Where are you? We're going to cut tonight as soon as you get here." And I'm like, we haven't played together in years. I mean, we didn't rehearse. We didn't do anything. And 30 minutes outside of Nashville, come on, we're all got our headphones on. We're ready. As soon as you get here, we're going to start cutting. And literally, the first song on the record is that song that we recorded. That first, walked in the studio, put on the headphones, and we all sat down and played together. And voila, there's the first track on the record, just right there. It was unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And that's the magic that we talk about that happens when this band gets together.